Welcome to the 2022 UBCP ACTRA Awards Red Carpet. My name is Sabrina Rani Furminger, and I am honored to be your host tonight as I speak with some of the shining stars of the Vancouver film and television industry. Shall we begin? That was the one. Harvie, Madam President of UBCP ACTRA.
That's right.
Give me a State of the Union. How has our union and our community come through this last year?
Oh my goodness. Well, we were the first production center in the world to come back from COVID.
Wow.
In the world. And that first year, 2020, was our biggest year ever. We have more members working year after year. A little slow right now because there's just, we had that glut in 2020, but so many opportunities for our performers, and young actors are getting lead roles, and it's just a really thriving industry right now. So kudos to everyone who, Paul McGillion's trying to get my attention, and he did.
He did.
But kudos to everyone for really, knuckling in with the self-tape and the vaccine. And I know there was some controversy as to whether or not people wanted to take the vaccine. And so there's a lot of sacrifice made on, in many ways to get through this. So hats off to all our members.
And we're making it through together.
Yes.
Speaking of members, what advice do you have for new members on how they can best use their membership and feel connected to everybody else in this community?
Yeah, here's what I would say to all members, not just new members, but certainly new members as well. Read your emails, because there's so much information in those emails, and it's easy to just kind of go, it's another, Michael's craft sale, delete. But we often have all kinds of really great courses, and they're subsidized, and, headshot sessions and, voice training, and there's all kinds of opportunities for education and perks. Like we have, a seminar working on your taxes, opportunity to make a will, there's a lot of stuff, and people should just read their emails and then, jump in.
All right, so I'm here with Alison Araya, who is a nominee tonight for Best Supporting for Peacemaker.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sure people ask you this all the time. Can you do the dance?
Oh my gosh, I was supposed to learn the dance and I was shooting something else. So I've got some of the moves down, but not the whole choreography. But should there be a season 2, I will have the dance down.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so talk to me about the joys and the challenges associated with your work in Peacemaker.
Oh my goodness, it was an absolute dream role come true. And working with James Gunn, John Cena, and Lenny Jacobson, dream come true. The role obviously came with some challenges, and at this point in my career, really felt like it was a big yes for me. Mm-hmm. And the opportunity to get on set and actually improvise and step up and play, which isn't something that's afforded to us all the time.
Wait. A show with all those big stars and James Gunn and whatever, and that budget, you were improvising.
Yeah, we got to improvise. Actually, one of the scenes that tags the episode that I'm in was an improv scene.
Was that in the bed?
No, that was scripted.
That was scripted. Okay.
Yeah, but at the end in the precinct, we just got given free rein to play, and when you're given that opportunity, you step up and you take risks, and that's what we prepare for. And to have actually had a live experience to do that, amazing.
So I want to hear though, what was your best day on set?
Oh my gosh, I think the best day was shooting the scene with Lenny where we got to just go at each other, and James Gunn with his megaphone inviting us to top each other and keep going.
Wait, he had a megaphone?
Oh yeah, he has a megaphone. Yeah, he totally has a megaphone. And so you're hearing like the voice of God coming at you from another room. And just given that opportunity to improvise and really play, it was amazing. I lost my voice completely, and it was so worth it.
It was absolutely worth it. What a surprise show, though, to because I had no idea what to expect.
No one did.
Yeah.
No one did. This was all like the workings of James Gunn's incredible mind and written over, pandemic. And so while we started shooting, we were wondering, what is this? And it just turned out to be a phenomenon.
I love that you were asking that on set. What is this? Did you meet Eagly?
I heard Eagly. I heard Eagly from my trailer, and I ran out because I am obsessed with eagles. I didn't get to meet him, but season 2, it's happening.
Well, I'm here with Mimoloche Brat, Adrian Petriw, who is tonight a Best Voice nominee for the Guava Juice show.
That's right.
You voice a...
Guava fruit.
Yeah. So how does one build a voice for a
Guava fruit.
guava fruit?
You really focus on just the character.
Yeah.
And he had such a great sort of breakdown, and he's a very sort of responsible and anxious piece of fruit. And when I booked it, my second born had just been born a week before. So I was feeling both responsible and anxious. So it worked.
So parenting.
So parenting, yeah.
In
So
that space.
I just found what I had in common with the guava fruit.
I don't know if viewers know this, but Adrian and I, both Ukrainian Canadian.
How would you know?
How
would you know, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And together we have raised nearly $40,000 this year for Ukrainian emergency relief. What do you want people watching to know about what's going on in Ukraine?
That it's still going on. Just last week, it was the biggest attack on civilian targets that Russia's done so far. Over 100 cruise missiles in one day were sent towards civilian infrastructure. And it didn't make headlines here in the West. So that's how accustomed now to the war we've all sort of desensitized we've all become, or at least the media has. And that is sort of the norm, and what we really need to do is keep reminding people this has not gotten better or gotten easier. This is the fight of our lives.
So Jana Morrison.
That's correct.
You are nominated tonight. I gotta read this because it's a lot.
Do it.
Lead female nominee for playing Astrid in Astrid and the Waves of the World.
Yes.
There's so much joy in the show. What joy did you find playing Astrid?
I found so much joy, not even just doing what I love every single day and getting to play this incredible character who doesn't care about what anybody thinks, but just what she likes herself.
Yeah.
But really, I just resonated so heavily with her. I mean, I'm a heavyset girl, so is she, and we're just trying to go through life, trying to live our dreams. So I just found so much joy, I can't even pinpoint.
Okay, but to stay on joy for a bit,
Please.
what role does joy play in the work that you do, just in general, and how you're moving through this industry?
I have to find joy in every single thing I do. Just because if there's no joy, what is the point? Like, I believe the most important thing in life is to be happy. And whether that's like with my family or with my little puppy or,
Whoa, excuse me. You mentioned puppy.
Yes.
We gotta talk puppy.
Okay, but she's not a puppy. She's 14 years old.
No, they're always puppies.
They're always puppies.
Especially when they're
They're
14.
always puppies.
What's your puppy's name?
Ellie.
I love you, Ellie.
Ellie, we love you. We miss you. Keep going, girl.
Keep going. Like, what has been some of the feedback that you've heard from fans that has really touched your heart?
A lot of the feedback that has touched my heart so much is the representation of it all. We have fat people, we have queer people, we have Filipinos, we have different races. So I think seeing people on screen that are not the typical whatever it is, like let's end that. That's not a thing, because everyone is a normal person. And I think the feedback has just been incredible, and I'm honored to be representing for the chubby girls and the Filipinos.
Hey, salamat po!
Salamat! Look at you! Go!
You are presenting tonight, right?
I'm presenting the award for Best Male Actor.
And you are a Best Male Actor.
No, thank you. But I want to say something. We've never met in person until yesterday, and now we've met in person twice in one day.
But we bonded over Zoom
Instant.
a few years ago. So this is what we're going to talk about. John Emmet Tracy portrays Ellis Steele, dastardly legal eagle from the city on
Kindly
Yellowstone.
misunderstood professional attorney.
we're going to agree to disagree. Tell me about some of the things that you have had the chance to do on Yellowstone that you have never had the chance to do before.
Well, for a start, I've gotten a chance to spend a lot of time in Montana, which is an amazing place. Beautiful scenery, incredible crews working there. What else have I gotten to do? I've gotten to do some pretty intense behind-the-scenes boardroom kind of intrigue and espionage. I've gotten to go toe-to-toe to battle with some pretty intense characters. I think I've done that in the past too, but these are some pretty special adversaries.
Yeah, absolutely. So who have been your favorite scene partners?
Well,
I mean, because you've had some incredible ones.
Yeah, I've had the chance to work with some incredible people, throughout my career. But in this particular show, I get to work with Jackie Weaver, who is an incredible actor from Australia. I've been very lucky to work with Wes Bentley and an actor you may have heard of, Kevin Costner. I think he's got a future. He's quite talented. And then Kelly Riley, who plays Beth Dutton, who is one-of-a-kind character.
Yeah, just like you.
Just like me.
John, I'm curious. Tonight we've been talking a lot about joy with the people who've been walking this carpet. What role does joy play in your work?
Wow, that's a great question. I think for me, the joy is in the doing it, the work. It's I don't play a lot of joyful gentlemen.
No, a lot of meanies, a lot of bad guys.
Again, misunderstood sweethearts. But no, I think the joy is in the doing it, and also the joy is in the reach. Sometimes, you hear from people that they saw something you were in, and even if it wasn't necessarily your character, your scene, it meant a lot to them, or somebody who comes up and says that, that's my family's favorite show, or, that's joyful.
What joys did you experience playing Jimmy on Tribal?
Oh, to be honest, you always have a joy for acting, but I wouldn't say there was a joy of playing Jimmy. It was some pretty dark subject matter, so I did have to kind of dive into some of the darker places. So I wouldn't consider it. I think the joy comes from the fact that you get to dive in as deep as you get to dive in.
Yeah.
But I didn't necessarily feel like I was joyful while I was doing it.
Yeah. Now I know that you got to play opposite your dear friend,
Brian Markinson.
Mr. Brian. He's not right behind me, is he?
Is. Come here, you. Come here. Crash my interview.
Crash the interview.
Yeah.
We're talking about joy. So this is Brian Markinson now. I was asking John Cassini, you're nominated. He's nominated. You're both nominated tonight.
Same show.
For Tribal.
Yeah.
And so what was it like to, come into my studio. What was it like to play with each other? What did it feel like to be out there in Alberta? You're a cop. He's a serial killer.
It's usually the other way around.
Not always.
Not always, it's true.
What kind of adventures did you have?
We had a lot of noodles. We like noodles.
Yeah.
So we would always go have noodles after
We ate
work.
a lot of ramen together.
We had some ramen. Honestly, couldn't ask for better scene partners for myself than him and Jess Matten. It was effortless that we just went right to work. And we had a lot of fun, but we got very serious pretty fast because that's what it entailed.
Yeah.
And, when you work with the best, it brings the best out of you. So it was fantastic.
Yeah.
That's my,
I love that the big hot take that we're getting right now, like the big breaking news, these guys like noodles.
Ramen.
Ramen. Oh, pardon me.
Top of the line ramen.
Tokatsu.
We save all the drama for when the camera's rolling. And when the camera's not rolling, ramen.
Ramen. Paul McGillion.
Yes.
How would you describe this particular moment in your life and career?
Well, it's fantastic to be here. We haven't done anything like this for a couple of years now. So
This is 2019.
2019. So it's a monumental, I would say, to get out here and, speak to the beautiful Sabrina and see a lot of my friends. Honestly, it's true. Get to see all the people again live in person. It's an amazing moment, and I think everyone feels the same way. So there's a lot of excitement stirring in the air here in Vancouver.
So much excitement. And speaking of excitement, people are excited about Firefly Lane, one of the biggest hits of the last couple of years.
Thank
you are Bud.
I'm Bud Malarkey.
You're Bud Malarkey.
Yep.
Best name ever.
Thank
so,
you.
But To what do you attribute the success of Firefly Lane?
Well, I think the story has a lot of humanity, you know, and I think the relatability is great. I mean, two best friends growing up through 40 years, through thick and thin. And, you know, I think everyone can relate to it, you know. It's got amazing soundtracks, amazing costumes, makeup, the talented cast that we have. It's just a lot of fun, and I think it's a escapism for people, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the reasons that people like it.
Tonight I've been talking to people a lot about joy on the red carpet.
Yeah.
And so, and I don't mean joy on the red carpet. I mean, I'm on the red carpet talking about joy.
You're joyful.
So what role does joy play in your work, Polly?
Well, I just love what I do. I love to have fun when I'm acting. You know, if I wasn't having fun, I wouldn't do it. And I have a lot of fun. And I think going to set and the whole experience, even the audition process, I enjoy that as well. I just love acting, and hopefully it stays that like that.
Hello, darlings.
Hi, Eric. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, I got to read the card. It's Eric McCormack.
Yes.
Yes, okay. That's you? That's you. Okay, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Best supporting nominee for Drinkwater. Can you talk to me about some of the special joys that you had acting opposite Daniel in Drinkwater?
Daniel Doheny is magnificent in this movie. I'm really proud of this little film. It came out of nowhere at the beginning of the pandemic. Steve Campanelli, who directed, is the loveliest man in the world and so full of joy. And the result was a movie that I just want every Canadian to see. It's sweet. It's so Canadian in all the right ways.
Oh my God, the soundtrack.
The soundtrack is everything. If you grew up in the late 80s in this country, you know every song in this movie. And I just love this character. This character is every one of my wife's relatives.
Even with the neck brace.
Everything.
Everything.
Except the mustache. The mustache is pure Burton Cummings.
Yeah, okay, so you mentioned one of the words that I'm obsessed with tonight.
Yes.
And that's joy.
Joy.
What role does joy play in the work that you do?
Well, first of all, I think most people here would probably tell you, if you can't still get joy out of being an actor, then you're in the wrong business. In the worst weather, on the latest night, I can still get great joy out of playing a part. But not all parts are the same. Not all films or shows are the same. This particular one, it was the kind of show where at the end of the take, everybody would laugh all the time.
Yeah.
And it's or cry, because there's some really sentimental moments. But it's all joy. It's the joy of telling a story that you really want other people to hear.
Yeah. And what about the joy of being here tonight, you know, nominated by your peers? Like, this is the UBCP ACTRA. Like, these are your peers who've nominated you for this award.
This is a special anniversary for me, because 30 years ago this year, I flew from Toronto to BC on a whim, and I never went back. So this has been my Canadian community for a long, long time. And the acceptance I felt here then, slow but sure, very competitive back then. 92, I was like, what are you doing here? This is our town. But I feel this is my community now, and I love being here.
Yeah, what was your first time on a BC set? Do you remember what that production was?
It was either Neon Rider,
of course,
or The Commish.
Those are the most 1992 shows.
Exactly. And they happened very close to each other. And then I ended up on a show called Street Justice. Carl Weathers and myself all year long. Yeah. So
amazing.
I had the full Vancouver
We can find that on the YouTube, I'm sure. We'll have a wonderful night tonight.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, it was good to see you. Thank you. Jewel Staite, lead female, I'm reading this like I don't know, lead female nominee for Abby Bianchi on Family Law. Jewel, where does Jewel Staite end and Abby Bianchi begin?
Ooh, that's a loaded question.
I know.
I would like to think I'm as courageous as she is and saying how I feel, but I think I could learn some things from her. It's the thing I admire the most about her, is she just sort of tells it like it is. Sometimes I can get you in trouble, though.
Yeah, and I love getting that kind of trouble. What kind of lawyer do you think you'd make?
Oh, I think I'd be too much of a softie. I'm a big crier, so I feel like I would just cry a lot, and then people would trust that I would be able to be a good enough lawyer for them.
Yeah. What are some things that you have learned about family law and the family law system, you know, through doing the show and through living in Abby's pumps?
I think what I've learned the most is that it's really sad. It's a sad world, and most people who are coming into those boardrooms to get something out of their spouse or to get what they want are feeling a lot of pain.
Yeah.
So everyone's coming from a painful place, coming from a heartache, and it's rather sad.
Okay, we're gonna pivot from sadness
Okay.
and talk about joy.
Okay.
Because I'm so happy, and everybody here has been very happy tonight and full of joy. That we are all back together again.
know.
What role does joy play in the work that you do?
Oh, it's everything. I find a lot of this work very cathartic, and having a cathartic avenue brings me a lot of joy. And I think a lot of the actors in this room feel the same way. We really need that avenue to, just put our hearts and souls into. And for that reason, it brings joy into our life. So I agree with you.
Yeah.
It feels like a really joyful energy here.
Absolutely. All right, Agam Darshi, lead actress nominee for a little film you're familiar with called Donkey Head. So obviously, this Donkey Head is your passion project, and it has done very well on all by however you measure it. Has there been anything in how the film has been received that's been surprising to you?
Yeah, it's always really wonderful to me when I meet, like just recently, it screened in Surrey, and the projectionist was this older white man who's originally from Saskatchewan, who was so touched by the film and came up and told me so. And
let's say to the viewers, the film takes place
in Regina, Saskatchewan, and it's about a South Asian family. And so I'm always really touched when it transcends the cultural elements, you know, and it's able to really speak to a lot of different types of people.
Yeah. What is an Agam Darshi role? What needs to be present in a role to get you stoked?
That's a good question.
I try to have one. You know it. You know it.
I think really good writing, something surprising, something deep.
Yeah, just like you. We've been talking a lot to people about joy tonight, and there's a lot of joy about being back on this carpet, you know, back all together in person. What role does joy play in the work that you do?
I think it's become more meaningful the older I've gotten.
Yeah.
And especially after having children, I think it matters that anything I do now has to give me joy and has to be inspiring and fun, because otherwise it's not worth it for me. So it plays a big role. Yeah.
Well, it's a joy for me to see you tonight on the red carpet. Congratulations. It's been very exciting to see that you recently joined the cast of Sort Of as Imran, Subby's dad. Tell me about the special magic that you found in that role and on that show.
Well, I mean, the only magic is that he's every father, right? And my task was to make him appear as human as possible, because the last season ended with this big cliffhanger that Dad was coming to fix Subby, you know, and the thing was, like, you know, he's built as such this evil kind of pops, right? And reality is he's just human like everybody else and cares for his child like every other parent. So it was fun. It was a gift. I sat there watching the show, manifesting that hopefully one day, in some form or another, I'd be on that show, and it happened. And the unique thing about that is also, not only is the cast diverse, but it was like utopia. Walking on set, we had the first black camera woman, we had a black makeup crew, a BIPOC hair crew. The director's assistant was transgender. There were interns who were transgender. It was just, I kept pinching myself.
That makes me emotional.
It makes me emotional. Just I get goosebumps, and I'm on the verge of tears myself.
Yeah.
It's really the world that we've all aspired towards and are working towards in our, you know, making strides in our own little way. Yeah.
Why is a show like Sort Of important?
It's representative.
Yeah.
It represents, it educates, it entertains as fucking hell.
Imram swore.
And you know, it's good, wholesome family entertainment, which is today what we see on the streets of our Canada being reflected on the screen. But I'm also moving on to a really exciting project.
Are you allowed to say?
I can talk about it. So 25 years ago, an event happened in Canada, in Victoria, in fact, that rocked the world and set up anti-harassment and anti-bullying laws in BC.
Oh,
the Rena Verk story.
Oh.
I don't have much to do in the show, but I agreed to do it just because they came and they said, we want you and we'd like you to be a part of this. And they booked me for the entire time. And I start next week. And it's this year's been full of this stuff, you know, like sort of. And then I did a Christmas movie that's coming out on CBS.
What?
Playing.
We get to be in Christmas movies now. You are a nominee, supporting female for Wildhood. How would you describe this particular moment in your life and your career?
I mean, it looks like you're busy. Yeah, I don't know. It's very special. It's very surreal. It was a beautiful film to make.
Yeah.
I'm so proud to have been a part of it. And I guess it feels like very serendipitous to be pregnant right now and also nominated for this particular film.
Yeah. So can you tell me about the ways that Sarah, either changed you or challenged you?
I think that Sarah woke up something in me that was, like that feeling of being an outsider, I guess, in your own communities, and having to reconnect, and maybe coming to upfront, like some hard truths. Did I say that right? Confronting hard truths. That's what it means.
That's incredible that you're able to do that through your work. That is incredible. And so then what does the nomination for that particular role mean for you?
Having any recognition at all is just a beautiful thing. I mean, it's really special. So I'm just really happy to be here.
Now I gotta ask, because you're cooking right now. I'm cooking. Is this an industry that you would recommend to your child? Or if one day they come up and they say, Mama, I want to be an actor just like you, what would you say?
If she had the spirit to do this, to be a storyteller, yes. Yeah, for sure. Definitely with some caveats.
Yeah. Those caveats are important. Karla Laird, you are the UBCP ACTRA Director of Member Services and Communications.
Yes, I am.
That is a huge title.
Yep.
And tonight is your very first in-person UBCP ACTRA Awards.
Yes, I feel so excited hearing you say that.
I know, we had to say it for the record because it's very exciting. So what are you especially proud of this year?
Wow. I think the list is endless, but I think some of the things I'm most proud of is the fact that we get to bring our members back together. It took a lot of effort from the team to conceptualize this event, to navigate the challenges of the pandemic, and even after the fact that, things have tapered down a little bit and there's some semblance of normalcy, there's just so much uncertainty. And so just dealing with that on a daily basis and being able to pull everything together to celebrate our members tonight, totally worth it.
Yeah. What are some of the lessons that you have learned during your tenure?
I think that one of the things I've definitely learned is that you have to keep a cool head in this industry. Things change on the fly, things happen every single day, and you have to be nimble, you have to be able to adjust and adapt, and also enjoy what you do. And I think this industry requires passion. So if you don't have the passion for what you do, it'll feel like torture. Yeah. But I love working with UBCP ACTRA, and I love the fact that I get to support performers and their careers and help them to make the best productions, the best results, and what they do on screen. It's definitely it gives me joy.
Well, hello, Mr. Bill Newton.
Hi.
Or Nil Butin, as you are known on social media.
I am.
Okay, so you are, I don't know if you know this, I hope that you're not finding out for me, a Best Voice nominee tonight.
Really?
For Lego Marvel Avengers Loki in Training.
I am, yeah.
So, okay, tell me about some of the joys and challenges associated with voicing Loki.
One of the challenges, first off, was trying not to just imitate Tom Hiddleston's performance, because that would be ridiculous. It would be a fool's errand. So that was definitely a challenge, trying to find my own take on Loki. And one of the joys was just, well, being in the room with everybody, such an incredible cast.
Yeah.
And then really getting to sink my teeth into a role like Loki, which is, I love villains.
Yeah.
I love villains. Such a meaty role. And so it was so much fun. I think I got to have the most fun out of everybody.
Okay, speaking of fun, what was your favorite day in the booth ever?
Ever?
Ever.
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 Oh. It would have had to have been one of the recording sessions for the show Monster Beach.
Monster Beach.
Yeah, Monster Beach. Again, another stacked cast of just incredible talent and a really silly, goofy character called Brain Freeze that I got to really let myself go and be very stupid with.
Now, I know about Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze is like, what did you say? He's like Keanu Reeves?
Like a Keanu Reeves, but real dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's a monster.
Every moment that I am in the booth or creating a character or working with incredible people is so joyful that it's a massive part of what drives me. It feels like everything. The day that there's no longer joy in what I do is the day that I'll retire. Yeah.
You're never going to retire.
I hope.
I can feel it.
I hope not.
So I have it here, because I have to read on my card, because I don't know you at all. We're not best friends. We are totally best friends. Okay, you're voice director, actor, voice actor. How do you define yourself?
Human, tired, grateful, all of the above.
All of the above.
All of the above, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, my career is kind of like a big bowl of pasta. Just going to chuck it at the wall and see what sticks. Right now, everything is sticking, and I'm pretty grateful for that. So there's lots of slashes between what I'm doing. But,
Are we doing this interview while you're hungry, Nicole Oliver?
I might be a little
bit. Okay, you bring me a lot of joy.
Thank you.
And you bring others a lot of joy.
Too.
What role does joy play in your work?
Oh, well, it's a constant search to try and find it. No, I'm joking. What role does joy play in my work? Truly, in the last few weeks, for the first time in 3 years, I actually was in a recording studio with another actor at the same time.
Wow.
And so, community, receiving the energy of others, gives me joy.
Yeah, you give me joy.
You give me joy.
Thanks for talking to me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah.
Oh, look at us.
So,
Yes.
Vincent Tong, I'm reading my card because you are tonight, I have to hold it like this.
No, do it.
You are Best Voice nominee for The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild.
Buck Wild is here, and I'm here to say, my name is Crash, and I'm here to party and eat all the food.
Okay, well that was a great interview, thanks. No, so how did you build the voice for Crash?
You know what? It's kind of crazy. It was a scratch track. So it was an existing character that was played by Sean. He was Stifler in all the American Pie movies. Anyways,
Sean William Scott.
That's it, Sean William Scott.
There we go.
And so I, had something to play off of, but I was scratching for the movie, and I guess I was funny enough. I landed in the movie, and it was a dream come true. It was great. It was
That is amazing. All right, you know this about me, that I am obsessed with the voice booth. Capital V, capital B.
You're pretty amazing.
Yeah, pretty amazing. So I want to hear, tell me a secret about what goes on in the voice booth. And is it true, from what I've heard from other people, that you dance?
Oh no, is that what they said?
People have said that many times on the pod.
Okay, yes, I've been known to dance. It gets me in character, question mark. But I think it also just livens up the room sometimes. When there's some long scripts, you just gotta get jiggy, you gotta dance, you gotta get funky. It loosens up everybody.
I feel loose
we
right
all
now.
Have fun. Well, you look great, and you look phenomenal as always.
Thank you.
Yes.
Not always. I'm wearing hard clothes tonight. Mostly during the pandemic, I've been wearing very soft clothes.
Yes.
Yes.
They told me to unbutton one more button, and I just listened to them and I did it. And so
you must be cold.
It's kind of it's not bad. It's got a lot of they got a lot of lights here. It's all right. It's keeping me warm. What's up, cuz?
All right, get out of
I
here.
know. I'm giving you the worst interview ever. I'm terrible
Are
at
you
it.
kidding? It's amazing.
Forget about it.
We've danced.
We've danced.
Good to see you. Tonight you are nominated. Gotta read my card. Best Supporting Nominee, Disappearance in Yellowstone. which is a thriller.
Yes.
So what kind of joys are associated with working on a thriller?
Oh man, my greatest joy was being zip tied for hours and the amazing
For make believe.
Yeah, and not in my spare time.
Yeah, no.
That was
No
great.
judgment, okay?
And then it's really fun getting to play around. Aaron Buckles was playing the psychopath who kidnapped me. And that's just a really fun dynamic to play with another actor.
That is fantastic. Okay, so what was your very first time on set? What do you remember about it?
On set for this project?
No, like ever.
Oh gosh, I started acting at 5.
5.
Yeah, so very first time on set.
It was a leading question because I saw that.
Okay, nice. I think I was playing the daughter of someone who was burned alive. And
You guys have a weird job, by the way.
I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. I as a kid, I did a lot of horror and creepy things, but I remember really loving her fake pregnant belly and not understanding that I was not a baby in there.
And so when you were acting at 5, did you know that that's what you wanted to do as you grew up?
I think so. It was just so much fun. And then after high school, I took some time off. I did my law degree, and then I've come back to acting. 'Cause at school, I was like, you know what? If I get paid to do acting every day, then that's the best job in the world.
You play a character who is a lovable screw-up. So tell me about Ryan Finley Cullen. What do you like about him and playing him? And do you always agree with his choices?
Yeah, Ryan's a middle kid in a family of 5, just like I'm a middle kid in a family of 5.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm a middle kid in a family of 5, and it's a very challenging position in a big family. And
Wait, I'm sorry. When you got the sides for the audition, did you like crack your knuckles and be like, I know who this is?
Well, kind of. It was like he's a twin, and there's 5 kids, and I made the choice that he was older than his twin sister. So it's like he just by a few seconds got to be older than his sister and made it to the middle. But the thing about being a middle kid is you get a lot of responsibility put on you, or you get forgotten. And so for me, Tom, I got the responsibility, and for Ryan, he faded out. And that's a big difference. So I look at him and I watch what he did, and he's the opposite of everything that I would have done. But he's so close to me as a person that had I made a few different choices in my life, he would have been me.
You could have been him.
Could have been little Ryan.
Tell me about what has been your most memorable moment from the show.
So far, from what's aired, because I can't give anything away, I had a fully nude scene in just my flip-flops and a hat and a bongo. And I'm trying to hit as rock bottom gets so that I can restart my life.
Wow, you heard it here first. Jennifer Copping.
Sabrina.
What is a Jennifer Copping role?
Anything that Frances McDormand would do. I say that lovingly because she blows my mind. So, yeah.
But what needs to be present in a role to get you and Frances McDormand excited?
Oh, yeah, that's a better question. Just people that are complicated, like you and me, right? Like people that are really going through some stuff and not afraid to show the icky parts, you know? That's what I get excited about that.
Yeah. Now, I want to talk about any excitement around Devil in Ohio.
Oh.
You know, what were some memorable moments, you know, from Devil in Ohio, which is like everybody's favorite show?
Yeah, people have really every second person I see lately is saying, are you watching it, or I saw you on it, or which is so exciting. I played the captain of the police station. For me, it was really fun just to be the boss. You know, I want more of those roles.
I want to talk about joy. I've been asking people a lot about joy tonight, mostly because I feel so joyful to be back here on the red carpet in person with everybody. But what role does joy play in your work, in your craft?
It's really everything, and I find joy even in the process of putting an audition together, or you know, like that. I've always said it, but more than ever, it is about the process as opposed to the result.
Yeah.
I think we've had to all learn how to deal with our, you know, dampened expectations.
Yeah.
Because life is going to do what it's going to do.
Life.
Right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, and once in a while, it's kismet and everything comes together, and you get to just be in front of a camera and act, which is what I love to do.
Well, thank you for standing in front of my camera today and giving me some joy.
I will.
Ian Hanlin, you are tonight the Best Voice nominee for Angry Birds Summer Madness Much Ado About Puddin'.
Much ado.
So how did you find the voice for which you were nominated?
It was interesting, actually. I had gone in, and I wasn't going to read for it at all. And my partner, the lovely Caitlin Bairstow, said, no, you should really
Can we put
try
some
that
respect
one.
on her
lovely
name?
Ms. Caitlin Bairstow.
Very talented.
She said, no, you should really try this. You should take a swing at it. And so I did. And, that thing, a couple of weeks later, you get a call and they go, hey, we really like you. And we kind of want to take that thing that you did for the other character and use it for the one that you had actually read for originally. So we sort of flipped it and changed it around. So the one guy ended up being the other one, and it worked out.
I am obsessed with knowing what goes on in a voice booth. So can you tell me some kind of secret that people on the outside of a voice booth who are trying to peek inside to see what's going on, what kind of magic happens in there?
It's a lot of experimentation and a lot of, I think the most fun part is just risk. You get to sort of, because it is that kind of let's just get another one. You can really take big swings. You can take a risk and go, this probably won't work. But if it does work, it's even better.
Yeah.
So I always really liked trying to crack people up. If people were in the room, I'm sure everyone you've talked to, Adrian, told you, getting people to laugh and ruining a take is the best thing that can possibly happen in a voice session. I don't know if the directors would agree, but I know the cast all loved just trying to wreck a take to make a take.
All right, you are Best Supporting nominee for, gotta say it, There's Someone Inside the House. There's someone inside your house. Yeah. Okay, tell me about the special joy of acting in a horror movie.
Oh, man. I mean, I feel like it's a whole different process to be in a horror movie. For this one, for example, spoilers, I'm the first one to go.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. And there was just so much that I had to do kind of physically in this one with getting killed brutally that my theater training, I felt, finally came into effect, where I had to do vocal warm-ups, stretching, because or else, with the screaming, I would have blown my voice after take two. And I think...
I'm here, I'm prepared to die.
Yeah, and I'll be and then this on the third take. And they're was that guy just screaming already and he's not supposed to be? So there was just so much more physical prep from kind of just a theater training background that I had to really do for this one.
Yeah.
And to make sure that I'm good to go by take 30.
Yeah.
And so that was satisfying. That was so satisfying to be my 3 years finally paid off from all that training.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I want to hear a memorable moment from the set of There's Someone Inside Your House. It's a great title.
Yeah, it's a great title. A memorable moment. Okay, this has never kind of been talked about, but the beginning sequence, we actually had to do a complete reshoot because they changed the entire story of my character after doing some testing. So I shot it and then over a year later had to come back and reshoot, and they actually did VFX in the entire beginning to change a whole bunch of things to redo that whole beginning, because I'm in the beginning sequence, and that we've actually never talked about that. So this is the first time, if you watch the movie, know that the beginning was completely different. So I think that was just a memorable process to go through, to be okay, wow, we're gonna redo this, I'm gonna get another shot at it in a different way. And I was really happy with how it turned out, and the changes were better. So, yeah.
I was very happy when I saw that you were playing Helen Hazel on Phantom Pups. I want to hear about the puppies.
We only got to see them the last day. I only got to see them the last day.
That's a very disappointing answer.
No, the puppies are adorable, but you know who steals that show? Those magnificent children.
Yeah.
Jet, Eva, and Thalia. Oh my goodness. Does Vancouver ever have an embarrassment of riches of young, wonderful performers? It was such a pleasure to work with them. And you know what else was a real thrill? I got to work with my old buddy, Ryan Belleville.
Oh.
I haven't seen Ryan Belleville since we launched into adulthood when we were young pups. Pups. Legit, we were young pups. He was a teenager. I just graduated college, and we did Shakespeare in the Park in Calgary.
Yeah.
And we were reunited on this production. And it was such a joy.
What role does joy play in the work that you do?
It's imperative. It is very, very difficult to find joy in an industry that can often be brutal. And so this year, joy has found me in a script that I'm writing. I've never written a feature-length screenplay, and it is pouring out of me in a way that it makes me feel very thankful to be a part of this industry, because it's not always easy to feel that gratitude. But what I didn't anticipate was the joy of discovering my story as I go. I see it very clearly, but then, you come to a few parts where it's like, I'm not sure which scene I'm going to write next. And just allowing it a day or two to percolate and then discover. It's kind of like I can do in this script what I'm not able to do in my career, which is to go with the flow. It can be very difficult to go with the flow in a very challenging industry. But yeah, discovery and joy have gone hand in hand for me this year, and I'm very grateful for it.
All right, well, I am here with Fiona Fu, supporting female nominee tonight for Blood and Water. What a fantastic show that was. What joys did you find in your work on Blood and Water?
I think this is the first Asian lead in Canada. It's the first show, Blood and Water. So it's good to have a multiple language on this show.
Right, there were 3 languages?
Yeah, English, Mandarin, and Cantonese. Yeah. This is the first a multi-language, all Asian lead show in Canada.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, what was your favorite day on set?
Wow, there's probably so many.
Oh no, I'm mean. I'm gonna make you pick one.
Yeah, I'll pick one. I think there's one I remember, and it's very frozen. A frozen day. There's snowing and rain outside, and we have to do the outdoor, walking back forth so many times.
Yeah.
I think that's the moment I said, okay, this is a hard work, right? It's a hard work for actors. Yeah.
Fantastic. So what does your nomination mean to you? The fact that you were nominated for this show, for this hard work?
Well, I feel so, because I didn't study I'm only start acting 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So Blood and Water, it was my first role.
That is amazing.
So it was my first role, and the first year, back 7 years ago, I got a nomination on Leo, and this is the last season.
Wow.
So I got a nomination in the UBCP award. I was just thrilled, I think I just hope later we have more this kind of show.
Yeah.
It reflects the real life and the multicultural in Canada.
Yeah, well, I hope so as well. Congratulations. It was wonderful to talk to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
All right, so Ryan McDonald, Tasia Talis?
Yes.
All right, both of you are nominated for Shoresy,
Yes.
which is one of my favorite things that I've watched, and I'm not a hockey person. Can you tell me about your relationship with hockey going into this?
Oh man, I mean,
You're like me and hockey.
I've been
go
a
way
diet.
back.
Well, no, I played my whole life, so it was a really special experience to be able to do this, and then to meet up with all these people who are cast members who are ex-pros and everything like that. That was where we kind of
Pretty special.
Yeah. And what about you? Are you a hockey person?
Oh, I'm a hockey person. I'm a
Yeah.
hockey person.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So this is really fun.
Okay, so I want to hear what kind of watching it. I felt like I was watching something special. When you guys were making it, did you know? Where you're like, oh my god, this is pretty fucking cool. Where we are, just tell me about the magic that was alive on that set.
Hey. Yeah.
There actually was there was a lot of magic. That's something that you get the gift of when you work in this industry, is meeting people, and when the right group of people come together with a beautiful script and a beautiful story, and it's one that is so fun and so much fun to shoot, and everybody just gets together and gets behind it. It was really great.
It's been a lot of just the fact that we, like I said before, with ex-pros being there as well, and having the experience of working with them as well, and honestly, you took the bull by the horns, and we really made sure that everyone that was on the show was well rehearsed.
Yeah.
We could go in the next day and do what we could do. I think it was a really special opportunity, and I hope that we can do more of it.
Yeah, I want so much more, and because I loved how women are presented in this show as well. And we had Kimani and we had Camille, we had you, we had some incredible women from out here. Yes. So I want to hear from each of you. What was your favorite day on that set?
Oh my goodness! I mean,
that you can talk about in public. Should we leave? I want to hear how you respond to this one.
I don't know.
But one of my favorite days, because there were several, was the day that we shot our scene together that you're nominated for tonight, actually. That was a really funny day. It was just a really special, hilarious day.
Yeah, I mean, that we were building up to that for a while.
We were.
It doesn't matter what the content is. But,
So you are a nominee tonight, supporting female, for, can I swear on this? I don't even know. Yellow Jackets for Diane. Okay, so everybody loves Yellow Jackets. Yes. So give me some inside baseball. What do you think it is about Yellow Jackets that has made it just so beloved, such a crowd pleaser?
I think we're ready to go into our deeper imagination that's a little darker. I think everyone's willing to go to darker places right now. And so this show, on the surface, looks seemingly quite normal. Of course, yes, there's trauma, they survived a plane crash, but there's sort of this hidden underbelly of deceit and construct that sort of, I think, it titillates people. Can I use that word? Titillate.
Yeah, titillate.
That's what I'm
here for that word.
Well, it's particularly exciting, this one, because Jamie Travis cast me in a short film a long time ago called Saddest Boy in the World. Now cut to last year, Deepa Mehta remembered me from that movie. And when she saw my tape, said, I want her for the role. Then she called me to discuss the character.
I'm sorry, Deepa Mehta
called me to discuss the character. I'm actually getting probably really flushed because I thought I was going to pass out when she was on the line.
I'm glad you didn't.
It
would have been a great story if you did. But.
Right? But she wanted to go deep. She wanted to discuss the details. And this is not a big scene.
Yeah.
But she wanted to go deeper. And for that, I was really grateful, and that's very special. I think what COVID did is it's allowing people maybe just to go in corners they wouldn't normally go, because who knows when the end is. So go for it when you have the chance, right?
Right. You are Richard Harmon.
That's me.
And such a joy. I think it's my first time I've seen you in a few years.
Well, in person, yeah.
In person, yeah.
Absolutely.
Last time we spoke, it was online, and it was about Tryst on Fakes. What is something that you got to do as Tryst that you never had the chance to do before?
I got to be blonde.
And what did that feel like for you? What did that do for you?
They say about them having more fun. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Not for a second. Maybe natural blondes do. I have no idea.
Yeah.
So much fun. But I think that show, it also gave me the opportunity to work with my best friend for the first time.
Yeah.
That was probably the best thing.
Your best friend from when? Because I know the answer, so you gotta say it.
Since the first day of preschool.
School!
Yep.
Tell me about your favorite day on set.
First day, when him and I just got to see each other, me walking up the set, and we just had a good cry and hugged.
You cried?
Oh, we cried for sure. I cried most days on that show.
Because why?
It was so meaningful.
I love that.
Yeah.
That makes me want to cry.
Everybody at home cried too.
Kimani Rae-Smith.
Sabrina.
Good to see you. So you are here tonight as a nominee for Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins. Okay, you know I'm obsessed with stunt artists, right? Like you are some of my favorite people on the planet. What qualities do you think a stunt artist needs to have in order to really thrive in your completely bonkers line of work?
Wow. I would have to say, just like in any kind of performance art, I think you need perseverance. You got to stick with it because, as you know, you don't always get that job. So if you have the dream and you have the will and the perseverance just to stick it out, I think that's like the number one quality you need.
Yeah.
You know, of course you need talent and skills and training and you know, be tough and be able to hit the ground. But for me, it's like just in my career, I've done like many different aspects of the film business, and it's just perseverance, just staying with it. You know what I mean? Like you get beaten down, you get back up, and you just keep going.
Okay, so tell me about the stunt for which you are nominated tonight.
Yeah, this is well, the show Snake Eyes was a big budget franchise, and it was a tentpole for the G.I. Joe franchise. So this particular stunt was a heavy fight with swords on the top of a moving car carrier.
See, this is why I think stunt artists are crazy.
Yeah, so we did like 70% practical, and then like the 30% in studio on blue screen, and so it's just like a big epic fight scene, guns, driving. It was great.
What are your favorite kind of stunts to either perform yourself or to coordinate?
Fighting, like I think that's the bread and butter of the stunt profession, is learning how to fight and fall down. So I'd probably have to say like coordinating fights, because the camera tells a story.
Yeah.
Like a fight's a fight, but as soon as you start moving that camera, which kind of led me into more second unit directing and directing. So you just have a little bit more fun with it than just putting a camera on a stunt and having like a bomb go off. But this, you can get creative and tell the story physically and with the camera.
I love stunt artists so much, and I love talking to you. Thank you so much for talking to me. All right, Rona Reese.
Yes.
So happy to see you.
So good to see you.
I think the last time I saw you was like 3 years ago, probably on this very carpet. How's the pandemic been for you?
You know what? Other than not being able to see my family in Australia for 3 years, I can't complain. It gave...
You can if you want to. Feel free. Safe space.
I don't want to. I mean, most of my work is voice, and we never stopped. We were the lucky ones. While film and TV went all the way down, we kept going. So I was lucky. I didn't have to go on serve. We kept going.
Amazing.
And I, finished Freya the film, had a really incredible festival run. And so, other than being lonely, missing my family, and, the usual existential angst, life was great.
At least you had your work.
Exactly.
Okay, so you know this about me, and I think everybody watching too knows this by now. I'm obsessed with voice booths. And I know that a lot of the work that you guys have been doing in the last few years has been maybe not in the booth with other people.
Yes.
But can you bring us into a voice booth? What's the secret that, people on the outside of the industry might be surprised to know about what's going on in there?
Okay, well, the secret is it doesn't really matter what it looks like as long as it sounds good. So my booth at home is a literal under the stairs Harry Potter closet.
I love that for you.
Yeah. And I've done broadcast quality Source Connect sessions from this little cupboard. It's perfect. It has one of those little sliding doors. It's got an angled roof. So there's a couple of things you need for a good home booth.
Okay, here we go. You
need a small space. Angles are great, so that's why under the staircase is good, because basically we don't want the sound to be able to reflect too much. And then you need some padding, some Soundprobe, and then a good quality mic, obviously, a good quality condenser. But I'm standing there, my laptop is sitting on a chopping board, which I put with C-clamps into the wall. So it looks like shit, but sounds...
Wow, maybe I've been recording my podcast in the wrong place. Maybe we should be doing this red carpet under the stairs at Rona's house.
I mean, it would sound better, but it'll look like shit.
All right, so you are lead male nominee for Wrath, a 7 Deadly Sins story.
Yes.
So what kind of challenges are associated with playing a bad dude like Xavier?
It actually comes quite naturally to me. I don't know why. No, it was a lot of fun.
No judgment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it was a lot of fun just to be able to kind of stretch the muscle and kind of work different angles. But it's funny because I started off doing a lot of friendly, fun characters, and then I find myself only doing these psychopath characters. So I think what's happening is that people are recognizing something in me that I don't see just yet. Yeah.
No judgment there. Can we talk about your scene partner for that? Let's talk about Michelle Williams.
I love Michelle.
Yeah.
She is an inspiration for so many reasons, but here she really she hadn't done a lot of acting before this. It was really great for both of us to be able to like work off each other and learn something new.
Yeah.
And she brought it. I mean, like she was just so game to play and brought so much incredible emotion.
Okay, so I'm here with Taylor Hickson, aka Childish Hambino, which is her Twitter handle. You're nominated tonight for, I don't even know why I'm reading this because I know, for Rayal on Motherland Fort Salem. What did you learn from your 3 years in Rayal's life?
Oh my gosh, it was such an honor to be able to step into a mindset, I think over the span of 3 years, but mostly I think she taught me so much about, in irony, the toxic masculinity that I was harboring and how I used anger as such a vehicle to portray my emotions.
Yeah.
So she taught me about what it looks like to include my community, to lean on people, to not be so afraid of abandonment, to trust in my decisions.
Yeah.
It's infinite.
Amazing. Of your 3 years on Motherland Fort Salem, and I will say, you can watch it on Disney Plus. It's a great journey. It's amazing. What are your best days on set?
It would probably be something where Jess and Ash and I were sitting in the sun, chatting, goofing around, something backstage. It's just the really small little things, and I'd say knowing during the creation of season 3 that we were coming to an end, to take in every moment. So, when the cameras would be on them and I could really just watch them in their craft and in their beauty and pouring themselves into their art, little things like that where it just moved me to tears.
Yeah. I know that the Motherland Fort Salem fans are known as switches, #switches. What kind of message do you have for them? Is there anything you'd like to say to the switches right now?
I'm standing here because of you. My wildest dreams have come true because of the way you believe in me and how that love has spread to my family and my friends. And it is such an exceptional honor to be supported as an individual and as a person, an artist, instead of just the role that I played. And, you've stepped outside just the creation of Motherland to support me as a human being and my personal dreams. So thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us for the 2022 UBCP ACTRA Awards Red Carpet Special. Congratulations to all of the nominees and all of the winners, and a heartfelt thank you to everyone involved in keeping our Vancouver film and television industry alive and thriving. See you next year.